G'day folks, it's Cortezerino and welcome back to Dystopia. Isn't she beautiful? But some areas of my world are looking very, very beautiful. Over here we've got my latest big project that I finished a little while ago, my medieval village transformation, and this means I'm sort of out of projects at the moment. Well, that's not a downer. That is an opportunity to start something fresh, something big, which we are not really doing this episode because last time I updated to 1.17, which means we have lots and lots of work to do. You see, I could start a new project and I'd want to be using all the new blocks and all the new goodies, but we have some farming to do because if I'm going to use all the new things, then we actually need to gather them. And that brings me to a project that I started months ago and I never got anywhere with. I think my next big project actually might be making a proper entrance to this base, because we've been using this little patch of snow for a couple of years now. We really need to build something big up here. But anyway, let's go down a few levels in the base, and that's where we started the episode, and I'll show you what I'm up to. So as we get down into the depths of the base, we finally make it to the bomb shelter, which is just a fun little project I've been doing where I can throw all kinds of little goodies, like building one of my houses, but building it underground. This is the Japanese dojo. I think it looks super cool. Just a bit of a gym for the people in the bomb shelter to hang out in. And we've also got some of my mini games, so if you've gotten some of the world downloads, you can come here and play Test Drive. That's probably my favourite mini game I've ever built. It's super compact and super cool. And there's also the Space Invaders game, which I probably should check if these still work in 1.17. I'm sure they do. But the other big project I've been wanting to do down here in the bomb shelter, and I dug out the room ages ago. This is for the mess hall. So basically a big room full of tables for all the people in the shelter to come and get their meals. And I just thought with 1.17 now, this would be the perfect opportunity to start putting in some farms. But before we go into the farms, we need to begin doing something with this room. And you know, usually when I design things, I'll design them in creative and then I'll go and build them in a great big time lapse. But the thing I love about building underground, and it's the way I built this entire bomb shelter, I love just building it in survival, just trying things and tearing it down. So that is what I'm going to do here. The first big task is to put a floor in. And I don't just want to repeat the same patterns I've got out here. I want to do something new. But it's going to be somewhat similar if it's going to match in with the rest of the bomb shelter. And this is a pretty bold pattern I've got on the floor. So I'm just going to throw something together. If I hate it, we can change it later. But yeah, I'll put a floor in so we've got something to work on. I might do something for the walls or the roof. I'm not sure yet. And then we'll start talking about getting some farms in here. And just like that, we have a bit of a beginning. So the floor, I think, works really well in the end. I tried a whole bunch of things, but what we've done is, to match the white out here, we've got a nice white walkway going all the way down the middle with plenty of light so the beasties don't spawn. And then to match this walkway out here, we've got the stripped oak wood again, but with a slightly different pattern. And yeah, I think it works out really nicely. So I was trying spruce wood and all kinds of things here, but you know, so some of the floors just made the tables look pretty horrible. And for the chairs, I did have iron doors for the chairs, but yeah, the windows in the chairs just made everything look a little bit too busy. So we've gone for the dark oak. And the idea for the tables is I was trying to come up with something that looked very futuristic, and I think I really loved this idea. And originally I was going to put carpet in the middle here as well, but I thought, why do that? This looks so much cooler as it is. So we've got the deep slate and the deep slate walls with a little pane of glass in the middle. And yeah, I just think it looks super cool. So yeah, we've got plenty of hidden light all over the place. So, and I put a bit of a roof in, just a nice, big, simple roof. It's very similar to the kind of patterns I've got out there. Haven't done the walls yet, but that's where we are going to be doing all of our farms. So I plan to have lots of big windows looking into the farm, so as if when you're sitting in the mess hall, you can look through a window and see where your food in the nuclear bunker is getting grown. So the first thing I want to do though is get a glow squid farm, because for some of the designing in this room, I want to have the glow ink, because that looks super futuristic when it's in signs. So I was going to have a great big glow squid farm right there in the middle, but then I realized once I put the tinted glass in so it's completely black, you're not really going to see anything in there anyway. So I've completely changed my mind. This bit here is just going to be decorative, and it's a little design feature I've been thinking of doing in another part of the base. We might do it here because we're only at level 54 here. So this is the beauty of starting to build up in a mountain. I've got plenty of room to go down and down before we get to level 40, and there'll be slimes everywhere. So I think underneath this I'm going to do the design I was thinking of earlier, but we can do an extension of this here. What I'm going to do, and we will have to change worlds for this, what I'm going to do is steal a design feature from my world engine. So this is the world engine all packed up, coming into land, and then here it is with the legs extended. And the bit I want to steal is one of my favourite little design features from this, and that is these, I don't know what you'd call them, they're kind of like power cords or something. I want to steal one of these. I think that would look super cool with glow squid swimming all around it, as if the nuclear bunker is powered by mutated, radiated glow squid that swim around this thing and power it up. And yeah, I think that'd look pretty cool. So I'm going to copy one of these into that space. And actually, before we leave this world, I want to give you a little bit of trivia. When I was doing the time lapse for this world engine, I wanted to come up with this fire thing coming out here, and I really wasn't looking forward to that. And the way I like to design stuff is to always have a starting point. So what I did is I downloaded one of the seasons of Hermitcraft. Not this one they're on now, but the one before. I think it was season 6 or something. The one where Scar had his pirate island and the big volcano. What I did is I went to his volcano where he had the lava spewing out. I copied that with Lightmatica and I brought it into a creative world. So I already had most of these blocks in place. And then I went and changed the colors of a bunch of them and then just changed the whole design, started working on it, and came up with that. So these fire things are actually the lava from Scar's volcano. So I just thought that was an interesting little thing to tell you. So I'm going to go ahead and build that big thing right in the middle here. And then we're going to get some glow squid in here and name tag them. And we are at the perfect level for getting glow squid to spawn. Where is it? I've got written down between levels 46 and 62 is where they'll spawn. And we're in 54 right here. So we're right in the sweet spot. So I'll just make a big tank here. And when they spawn, I will name tag them and bring them into here. I've got to get to them before the axolotl do, because they will kill them. And I'm still going to keep this room pretty dark, because I don't really want you to see the walls if I can help it. But yeah, it should look cool, I think. And then we will get to work on another farm that I want to do. Oh my goodness, guys, how many days has it been? It's probably only been one, but I've been working on this non-stop, so it feels like more. But we've been digging out rooms for extra farms, and we've made a whole bunch of progress. So we've got our little tank in here with our power core and our little Squidwards floating around. Probably doesn't look as cool as I was hoping it would, but yeah, eventually when we go down the next level, I will continue this pipeline and we will do the Squidward thing again and make it a lot grander. But that does look pretty cool as a little decorative feature. So the idea is we've got all the tables here for the mess hall, and then up the end here is going to be sort of the serving area where everyone can collect their stuff. But let's look at what I've done. So we've done the squids. This guy's trying to escape. You're not going to. Over here, we have done a little bit of a Squid Farm. This is the same one I built on the Evermore server a little while ago, so they can spawn in those columns, fall down the magma blocks, and I've got a hopper minecart going underneath, and all the goodies are coming up here. So I've only just finished it, so we haven't got much at the moment. We will see. I will keep building, and hopefully this thing speeds up and it's not super duper slow. Don't know if these guys will affect the rates because I've name tagged them, so I don't think they count as passive mobs anymore. But yeah, so we've done this big project, and over here is the next farm we're doing. This is going to be a kelp farm. So I haven't designed any of this in creative. I'm just making it up as we go. I want to have a big glass window here so people can sit down at their tables, look off here, and there's a huge tank full of kelp. That's where all their food's growing. So these guys are eating kelp. It's not too fancy, but you know, when you're in a nuclear bunker, you have to take what you can get. So I've just been playing around getting the flying machine to work. So if we press that button, we will send this guy along. So basically he's going to leave the bottom kelp where they are and just go along the top and break them all, and they will float to the surface. And the idea is that we'll have a water stream up the top that'll push all the kelp to the side, and then it will run off to a big collection point. Now, have you ever started building something in Minecraft with an idea of what you're doing, and then you realize you have completely forgotten the most simple thing? That's what I've done. I actually forgot that if I have a water stream up the top, the kelp will grow up into the flowing water and turn it into source blocks, and we are screwed. So I've found my way into creative, and this is where I am trying to solve the kelp problem. And I have solved it. You might be able to just see it in the water over there, but I'll show you one other thing I tried. So let's break some of this kelp and let it float up. So one thing I tried was putting trapdoors across the top with a bit of rail there, because these guys will float up through the trapdoors, and they're sitting right there, and I thought if we just ran a hopper minecart over the top, he would be able to collect it all. But as you can see, even though it's sticking up like that, he just runs straight past it. That to me seems like it should be picked up. I reckon the Minecraft developers should change that. That would open up some great possibilities for some new farms. But anyway, that doesn't work, and I even tried, because you can waterlog rails nowadays, I tried putting them down here because I thought maybe with water above as well they would float up a bit higher. But yeah, the hopper minecart would run through there, and yeah, it was no good. But here is the solution I came up with. We've just got a bunch of waterlogged signs here, which means there's no collision box, so all the items can flow up through the signs into the water stream. But kelp cannot grow up through the sign, so it's never going to reach our water stream above. So that was the simple solution. So I'm going to go ahead and fill up this tank, get this thing working, and the idea is I'll send all the items over to this room over here, which I think is going to be like the kitchen for the mess hall. So we can come in here and there'll be pots and pans and all kinds of things, and I'll just have all the items collecting in a big wall over here. So I'm starting to think, guys, that for this episode, I have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew. I've already been working on this for days. I've still got this huge farm to do. And there's another one over there. And I've got to decorate the entire room. I don't think we're going to get all of this done. So I'm going to work on this farm. But yeah, this wall over here, for the thumbnail, I might just be looking in this direction because I doubt we're going to have anything done on this side. Yes, I am very convinced now that we are not going to get anything done on this side. I've cleaned it up as best I can, but we're going to leave that for the time being. But that's going to be another big open window so the people in here can look in on what's growing for their dinner. And that farm is going to be using moss blocks, but not today, we don't have time. But this window has come out very nicely. So it's just a huge one. We've got some black glass there, and you can see all our signs up the top with our water stream above. And the on button is just over here, so we can go boom, and that'll go along and harvest all our kelp for us. So I didn't want an automatic kelp farm that's always like using observer blocks to detect it and firing. So I don't want the extra lag in the base. I'd rather just be able to come along, press a button, and have it run once. And you can see my designing isn't perfect here. The slime block sweeper gets rid of a whole lot of water. So we've got some running water up the back, which does cause a little bit of lag. But it's not too bad. But anyway, all those guys go along, and we might even be able to get up into there. Ooh, I'm a bit worried about breaking the wrong block here. I don't want water streams coming in my head. Can I even get up this way? Yeah, let's jump up here. There we go. So you can see them coming along here, and they just go above a whole bunch of hoppers and into some furnaces. But let's have a... Oh, can I get up here? Yes, I can. Let's break a few of these blocks. So this is what it looks like up the top. We've just got a big water stream up here that pushes them all along. Let's get up there. Oof, here we go. Yeah, this pushes them all along. They go off the little edge here and all run down that way. And another thing that I'm not going to be finishing this episode is the kitchen area. So this is all I've done. It's super simple here. I've just got the 5 hoppers above that the kelp can run over. It's only filled up the first 4 furnaces at the moment. That's probably all it's ever going to fill up, to tell you the truth. But all the goodies can come down here, and then I can craft it up into the kelp blocks. Don't know how often I'm going to need to use this. I don't need the kelp for fuel. It's just in case I ever want to build with that block. So what else? Ooh, you got to see this. Our Squid Farm over here that I didn't think was running that well, just while I was building all of this. Have a look. That is crazy. Look, it's still going up. That is absolutely crazy. These 3 chests are going to fill up very, very quickly. But at least I have the ink for the signs now. So yeah, I think we're done with farms. I'm not going to bother with that other one today. I'm just going to try and decorate this room because like the room is kind of boring. The whole point of it is just to be a viewing platform for all our farms. But yeah, we've got to set up some sort of serving area up the back. We need some lights hanging from the ceilings. I've gone and changed the floor again. I don't know if you noticed. But yeah, I've pushed the tables a bit further away. So this area, this aisleway up the middle is a bit wider. I was thinking I might have some support columns coming down because it is a big room without any pillars holding the roof up. But I don't know. Let's just decorate this thing as best I can, and that will probably be the end. I've been at this for 4 or 5 days now. And it occurred to me that some of you might have got a bit excited when we were in this creative world earlier. If you'd looked over there and seen that big castle and thought, yes, Cortez is doing another one. No, don't get too excited. This castle is not built by me. My buddy Coop Dizzle built this in our Diamond Society server Season 3. If you actually search through my videos, I think my final episode of Season 3 has the world download, so you can get that if you want. But I was trying to figure out which castle he based it on, so I was looking at photos, and I'm pretty sure it was Fushimi Castle, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll do my own version. So I started looking at the photos and playing around, and yeah, I see why he used red nether brick. This red, I think, is the correct colour for the castle, but This is as far as I got because I thought, oh, that kind of looks a bit cartoonish. And yeah, I didn't go any further than that. But yeah, that's not my castle. So yeah, don't get excited. And the mess hall is far from complete. But like I said, I've been at this for days. So this is about as far as I got. I didn't do too much in the way of decoration. I was mostly focusing on getting some futuristic lights in. And I'm fairly happy with these. So the ones down the centre are different to the ones on the side, but still, similar enough that they all go together well. So you can see I'm using the glow ink in the signs up there to kind of look like, I don't know, electricity going from side to side. But these lights above the tables, they're sort of dual purpose. I've kind of set these up like these are, I don't know, plasma screen TVs or something. So they're lights, but also the screen can flicker to life and they can watch propaganda or whatever they're watching on TV. That's all you get on TV nowadays, isn't it? That's enough from Cortez the conspiracy theorist. And I've done a little bit of decoration around the outsides here. Not too much, just a few shelves and things. And up the back here, this is far from complete. I was just playing around with a few designs for bain-maries and stuff for where they can come along and collect all their food. But I think that's a pretty decent start. Yeah, it's looking nice. But that is going to be all for today, guys. It's not done, the mess hall. We will come back to this another day, but that's all I can manage, I think. And shaders never really work too well inside of the buildings, but I think I've got enough light in here that it does still look pretty cool. But I turned the shaders on because I wanted to show you the squid. Look at these guys. They are absolutely nuts in there. So yeah, we might play around with a few more glow squid power cores later on as we expand the underground bunker. But that's all from me, guys. I will see you next time. Cheers. I'm Cortezerino. Bye-bye.